Today we will discuss the treatment of loss in case of consignment transaction. Now before studying about the treatment of loss in consignment, we must know what are the different types of losses that may happen in case of consignment transactions. So first of all, we must know what is loss and what are the different types of loss that may happen in case of consignment transactions. Okay. So loss on goods. While sending the goods from the place of consignor to the consignee, goods may be lost in transit or from the hands of the consignee. So while sending the goods from one place to another, that is from the place of consignor to the place of consignee, it may be lost in transit or from the hands of the consignee. Such loss of goods may be of two types, that is normal loss and abnormal loss. So there are mainly two different types of losses in case of consignment transaction. One is the normal loss and other one is the abnormal loss. Now normal loss is otherwise called expected loss and abnormal loss is also called unexpected or accidental loss. Now we will see what is the meaning of normal loss and what about the treatment of loss in case of consignment. So normal loss. This loss is caused in the ordinary course of action due to the inherent nature of goods. These causes are natural and hence cannot be avoided. So, this normal loss is also called unavoidable loss. Now, the examples for normal loss include evaporation, leakage, shrinkage, etc. Okay, so normal loss is that loss which is caused in the ordinary course of action due to the inherent nature of the goods. That is, usually normal loss happens because of the inherent nature or the inherent characteristic or feature of goods. Now these losses are natural and hence such losses cannot be avoided. So normal loss is also called expected loss or unavoidable loss. Now the examples of normal loss are evaporation, leakage, shrinkage. In case of cloth, there can be shrinkage. Okay. Now what about the treatment of normal loss in case of consignment? Normal loss is treated as a part of cost. It is not accounted separately when there is no closing stock. It is adjusted in the closing stock by including the value of stock, including in the value of stock. No journal entry is passed to account normal loss. It is only adjusted in the value of closing stock. So regarding the treatment of normal loss, usually normal loss is treated as a part of cost. Okay. Now it will be accounted or not accounted depending upon whether there is consignment stock or not. So the treatment of normal loss usually depends upon whether in case of consignment transaction there is closing stock or not. So in case there is no closing stock, then it will not be accounted separately. So this normal loss will not be accounted in case there is no closing stock. But in case there is closing stock or consignment stock, then it will be adjusted in the closing stock by including in the value of the stock. Okay. So the treatment of normal loss usually depends upon whether there is consignment stock or not. In case there is no consignment stock, there is no separate treatment for normal loss. But in case there is consignment stock, then it will be adjusted in the value of consignment stock. Then again, no separate journal entry is required for the treatment of normal loss. So in the books of the consignor, there will not be any journal entry for including the normal loss. So simply it will be adjusted in the value of closing stock. Okay. So when there is normal loss, consignment stock is valued by applying the following formula. So when there is normal loss, consignment stock is valued by applying the following formula. So this is the formula: total price of goods sent plus total non-recurring expenses divided by total units sent minus normal loss in units into closing stock in units. So this is the formula for adjusting the value of normal loss in consignment stock. So in case there is normal loss, then consignment stock will be valued by using this formula. In all the other cases, in case there is normal loss, you know the method. used for valuing the consignment stock. That is, first of all, you will be finding out the original cost or the original price of unsold goods. Then with that cost or the price, you will be adding the proportionate non-recurring expenses of consignor and consignee. Then you will get the total original price. Then you will be finding out the market price of unsold goods. Then by comparing the cost price with the market price, you will choose whichever is less. That is, the value of consignment stock is equal to cost price or market price, whichever is less. But in case there is normal loss, you have to value the consignment stock by using this particular formula. Total price of goods sent plus total non-recurring expenses divided by total units sent minus normal loss in units into closing stock in units. Okay. Now, we will see an example. So, this is a question. Show treatment of normal loss from the following. Units sent 100 at the rate of rupees 90. Non-recurring expenses of consignor rupees 450 and of consignee rupees 180. Units sold 80. Normal loss 10 units. So the question is, units sent 100 at the rate of rupees 90. Non-recurring expenses of consignor rupees 450 and of the consignee rupees 180. Units sold 80. Normal loss 10. Now, this is the equation you know. You have to find out total price of goods sent, then total non-recurring expenses, then total units sent, normal loss in units, and also closing stock in units. So the question, total price of goods sent, that is 100 units at the rate of rupees 90. So total price is 100 into 90 rupees 9,000. Then total non-recurring expenses. Non-recurring expenses of consignor 450 and that of consignee 180. So total will be 450 plus 180, that is equal to 630. Then total units sent 100. Then normal loss in units 10. Units sold 80. So closing stock in units will be total 100 minus units sold 80 minus normal loss 10. That is equal to 10 units. So closing stock in units is 10. Then non-recurring expenses, that is total non-recurring expense 630, total price 9,000. So we'll put all these values in the formula. Then it will be total price of goods sent 9,000 plus total non-recurring expenses 630 divided by units, that is total units sent 100 minus normal loss in units 10 into closing stock in units 10. So that's equal to 9,630 divided by 90 into 10, which comes to rupees 1,070. So the value of closing stock in this case will be rupees 1,070. Okay, so this is the way by which we can treat the normal loss in case there is consignment stock. And in case there is no consignment stock, then there is no question of treatment of normal loss. Okay. We will discuss one more question. On January 1st, Exco Limited consigned to Bharat Limited 2000 tons of coal at the rate of rupees 300 per ton. The company had paid rupees 10,000 towards freight and insurance. On 31st March, being the date of closing, the consignee reported the shortage of 50 tons on the whole consignment. The consignee sold 1,200 tons of coal at the rate of rupees 400 per ton and incurred the following expense. Cartage rupees 1,000, go down rent rupees 1,500, insurance rupees 600 and selling expenses rupees 1,200. The consignee is entitled to a commission of 5% on sale proceeds. Prepare consignment account. So this is the question. On January 1st, Exco Limited consigned to Bharat Limited 2000 tons of coal at the rate of rupees 300 per ton. The company had paid rupees 10,000 towards freight and insurance. So the consignor's expense include 10,000. Then goods sent on consignment will be 2000 tons at the rate of rupees 300, that is 6 lakhs. Then consignor's expense, that is the expense of Exco Limited 10,000 towards freight and insurance. Then on March 31st, the consignee reported a shortage of 50 tons on the whole consignment. So the normal loss will be 50 tons. Again, the consignee sold 1200 tons of coal at the rate of rupees 400 per ton. So the sales will be 1200 into 400, that is 4,80,000 will be the sale proceeds. Then the consignee's expense, that is the expenses of Bharat Limited, will be 1000 cartage, 1500 go down rent, 600 insurance and also 1200 selling expense. Then he is entitled to a commission of 5% on sale proceeds, that is the sales was rupees 4,80,000, then commission will be 4,80,000 into 5 divided by 100. Okay, so you have to prepare the consignment account. Now here the question is whether there is closing stock or not. In case there is closing stock, then there is no question regarding the treatment of normal loss. So here there is normal loss, that is shortage of 50 tons. And again here there is closing stock also, that is the units or the tons of coal sent was 2000. Then the sales is 1200. So the remaining 800 tons. Then out of this 800 tons, 50 tons was a shortage. Okay, so the remaining will be 800 minus 50, that is 750 tons will be in closing stock. So it will be, or the 750 tons will be remaining in closing stock. So there is closing stock and there is normal loss. So you have to use the formula. You have already studied the formula for calculating the value of closing stock in case there is normal loss. So you have to apply the formula for calculating the value of closing stock. And only after that you can prepare the consignment account. Okay. So this is the working note. Total price of goods sent. You know, total price of goods sent will be 2000 into 300, that is 6 lakhs. Okay. Then total non-recurring expense. That is total non-recurring expense means the expenses of consignor as well as expenses of consignee. So total non-recurring expense will be the consignor's non-recurring expense 10,000, and out of these expenses the non-recurring expense of consignee is only cartage 1000. Okay. So out of the expenses of consignee, the non-recurring expense is only the expense relating to cartage, that is rupees 1000. All the other expenses come under the category of recurring expense. So the non-recurring expense is only 1000. So the total non-recurring expense will be the expense of consignor 10,000 rupees and the expense of consignee 1000. Okay. So total non-recurring expense 10,000 plus 1,000, that is equal to 11,000. Then units sent 2,000, normal loss 50, units sold 1,200. So the closing stock in units will be 2,000 minus 1,200 minus 50, that is equal to 750. And this is the formula for calculating the value of closing stock. So total price of goods sent 6 lakhs plus total non-recurring expense 11,000 divided by total units sent 2000 minus normal loss in units 50 into closing stock in units 750. So that is equal to 6,11,000 divided by 1,950 into 750, which comes to rupees 2,35,000. So the value of closing stock is equal to rupees 2,35,000. Now we will prepare the consignment account. So this is the consignment account. To goods sent on consignment 6 lakhs, that is 2,000 into 300. Then to cash, that is expenses of consignor 10,000. Then to Bharat Limited, that is expenses of consignee, that is total of 1,000 plus 1,500 plus 600 plus 1,200. So that is equal to 4,300. Then the sales is by Bharat Limited sales, that is 1,200 tons at the rate of rupees 400. So that comes to 4,80,000. Then consignment stock you have already calculated, that is 2,35,000. Then commission, that is 5% on sales, 4,80,000 into 5 divided by 100. So to Bharat Limited commission 24,000. So when you balance the consignment account, the balancing figure is 76,700. That is the profit on consignment is 76,700. So that's all regarding the treatment of normal loss in case of consignment. Okay. അപ്പോൾ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റിൽ 2 ടൈപ്പ് ലോസ് ആണുള്ളത്. ഒന്ന് നോർമൽ ലോസ്, രണ്ടാമത്തത് എബ്നോർമൽ ലോസ്. ഓക്കെ, നോർമൽ ലോസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം ഗുഡ്സിൻ്റെ ഇൻഹറൻറ്റ് നേച്ചർ കൊണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ലോസിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ നോർമൽ ലോസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആ ലോസിന് എക്സ്പെക്റ്റഡ് ലോസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അൺഅവോയ്ഡബിൾ ലോസ് എന്നും കൂടെ പറയും. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ഇവാപ്പറേഷൻ, ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് ആവിയായി പോവൽ, ലീക്കേജ് യൂണോ, അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഷ്രിങ്കേജ്, തുണിയൊക്കെ ചുരുങ്ങി പോകുന്ന അവസ്ഥ. ഇതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ നോർമൽ ലോസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഉള്ളത് ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് നോർമൽ ലോസ് ആണ്. ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് നോർമൽ ലോസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം ദിസ് ഡിപ്പെൻഡ്സ് അപ്പോൺ വെദർ ദർ ഇസ് ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഓർ നോട്ട്. അപ്പോൾ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ കേസിൽ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ടൈപ്പ് ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റും കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേറൊരു ടൈപ്പ് ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റുമാണ്. അതായത് ഇൻ കേസ് കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നോർമൽ ലോസിനെ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അക്കൗണ്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. അതേസമയം കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഈ നോർമൽ ലോസിൻ്റെ വാല്യൂവും കൂടെ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്കിനകത്ത് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പം നോർമൽ ലോസ് ഉള്ള കേസിൽ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് വാല്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു ഫോർമുലയുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നോർമൽ ലോസിൻ്റെ കേസിൽ ജേണൽ എൻട്രിയുടെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഇനി ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്കിൻ്റെ വാല്യുവേഷൻ്റെ ഫോർമുലയാണിത്. ടോട്ടൽ പ്രൈസ് ഓഫ് ഗുഡ്സ് സെൻറ്റ് പ്ലസ് ടോട്ടൽ നോൺ റെക്കറിംഗ് എക്സ്പെൻസസ് ഡിവൈഡഡ് ബൈ ടോട്ടൽ യൂണിറ്റ് സെൻറ്റ് മൈനസ് നോർമൽ ലോസ് ഇൻ യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ഇൻറ്റു ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഇൻ യൂണിറ്റ്സ്. ഈ ഫോർമുല യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് നോർമൽ ലോസിൻ്റെ കേസിൽ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കൺസൈൻമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് വാല്യൂ ചെയ്യുക. ഓക്കെ, ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ മാത്രം പറയാം. ഇതായിരുന്നു നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ എക്സാമ്പിൾ. 100 യൂണിറ്റ്സ് സെൻഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് അറ്റ് ദ റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ₹90 ആയിരുന്നു. നോൺ റെക്കറിംഗ് എക്സ്പെൻസ് കൺസൈനർ 450, കൺസൈൻ ചെയ്തത് 180 ആയിരുന്നു. ദെൻ യൂണിറ്റ്സ് സെല് ചെയ്യുന്നത് 80ഉം നോർമൽ ലോസ് 10 യൂണിറ്റ്സും. ദെൻ ഫോർമുലയ്ക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാറ്റേഴ്സ് ആണ് ഇതൊക്കെ. ടോട്ടൽ പ്രൈസ് ഓഫ് ഗുഡ്സ് സെൻഡ് 100 × 90, ടോട്ടൽ നോൺ റെക്കറിംഗ് എക്സ്പെൻസ് 450 + 180, ദെൻ യൂണിറ്റ് സോൾഡ് 80, അതായത് യൂണിറ്റ് സെൻഡ് 100 ആയിരുന്നു, നോർമൽ ലോസ് 10 ആണ്, യൂണിറ്റ് സോൾഡ് 80 ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് വിൽ ബി 100 - 80 - 10, ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് 10 യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ആയിരിക്കും ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് ഉള്ളത്. ദെൻ ഈ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഈ ഒരു ഇക്വേഷനിൽ ഇട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്കിൻ്റെ വാല്യൂ കിട്ടും. അതായത് 9000, ടോട്ടൽ പ്രൈസ് 9000 ആയിരുന്നു, പ്ലസ് 630 ആണ് ടോട്ടൽ നോൺ റെക്കറിംഗ് എക്സ്പെൻസ്, ഡിവൈഡഡ് ബൈ 100 യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ആണ് സെൻഡ് ചെയ്തത്, നോർമൽ ലോസ് 10 ആണ്, ഇൻറ്റു ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്ക് 10 ആണ്. സോ ക്ലോസിംഗ് സ്റ്റോക്കിൻ്റെ വാല്യൂ ₹1070 ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, so that's all regarding normal loss and the treatment of normal loss. Okay, thank you.